Would you please explain why 7 or 8 people are piling into this bidding war?
Well, you know, there is a big desire of consumers to stream. You know, you get a tablet, you get an IP-connected television. Smartphones are taking over the world. When you look at the what can you do, you know, because people get these devices and they want to do things and they want to stream video. Yes, you can stream short-form little clips of dogs and shorter videos on YouTube. You can get Netflix, but how many other choices are there that when you get these devices, it just works? And you know, you look at the complexity of actually developing an app across multiple platforms. That means Xbox, PS3, you know, look across all the different smartphone models.
Hulu just works.
Hulu just works. And if you actually compare it to apps that other people have made, it works better.
Critically, Rich, when I buy Hulu, one of these acquirers for $1 gazillion, whatever the number is going to be, what am I actually buying? Am I buying the software? Am I buying the content agreements?
Well, you're doing two things. And it really depends on who the buyer is. If you are a distributor, so if you're a DirecTV, a Time Warner Cable, any of the existing players, you'd probably be looking at it saying, okay, we have agreements with some of the existing players. This will help us be visible in the TV everywhere world. You know, you just mentioned that you're streaming live on the internet. That ability to stream your content or put your content on the internet is why an existing distributor might be interested in this. There are other players, though, like, you know, you look at some of the private equity buyers, whether it was Silver Lake, which supposedly dropped out, or Turner Entertainment. I think they're looking at a broader universe of what could we do with this distribution footprint to go well beyond just traditional television. So it really depends on who the buyer is. We wouldn't sell it to DirecTV or an existing distributor if we were the content owners. We would rather have more buyers of content rather than help existing ones. I think you always want weak distributors.
So it makes sense for us on why Fox, which is one of the owners of Hulu, would sell the New Girl exclusive distribution rights to Netflix, taking it away from Hulu.
You know, I think right now there is a challenge of how much do you give to something that you own and get a share of revenues from versus that, you know, direct adrenaline shot of selling it to a third party. You know, Hulu is basically owned by the parents, and so they don't get the same type of direct revenue shot they get when they sell something.
But they're undermining the venture.
I think there has been a lot of tension in that venture for several years, and I think you know, if you actually looked at it and you said, if all of us were sitting around the table and we owned this asset, you wouldn't want to sell it. The problem is that you have multiple parties, you know, NBC, which can't even vote, ABC and Fox, which is Disney and now the new 20th Century Fox group. They can't all sit around the table and agree on what is best for their long-term future. And so it's essentially easier to sell it than it is to buy it or keep controlling it. I mean, if we were Fox, we would want to buy 100% control and just own this asset. I think that is really challenging when your partner, meaning Disney, ABC, probably doesn't want you to buy it.
Yeah, stay with us, Rich. This is fascinating. To me, this is all about the immovable force of what the consumer's doing.
Absolutely. I wonder, though, how many people like Hulu because it's Hulu, the brand, versus watching programming from other networks.
My kids are glued to it. It's what they watch.
Because it just works.
Because it works.